Oh, whoa, hi. It's a comfy night in. How's it going? I posted up like probably a month or two ago a quarantine mail video, and I wanted to do a follow up. This might not be called quarantine mail anymore because technically in Australia the quarantine has lifted a hell of a lot by this stage. By this stage, I may also add it is June 24th. It's midnight, June 24th. So it's, But I have a hell of a lot more films than the previous one, so I'm just going to skim through them. Maybe I'll give opinions on what I think of the films very briefly, and we'll just get right into it, because this is obviously this is stuff that I've bought recently at JB because of plenitude of fucking sales, like buy one, get one free, 30% off, 20% off from right now that I got on one of these films with. Other things were from eBay and all kinds of stuff. So, let's go for this pile over here. Okay, so what do we have? Okay, this is my most recent purchase. This is The Invisible Man, the 2020 film, one of the few 2020 films I've seen in theaters. I think it's currently classed as my favorite film of the year. I wanted to get the 4K. I wanted to buy it a few days ago, but it was out of stock in store, but I found it at my local JB. And yeah, I really like this film. I think it's a really good kind of reinterpretation of the classic idea of the Invisible Man. Of course, I'm a stickler for 4K, so of course I'm going to get the 4K. Look at my shirt and how pinned up it is because of this microphone. I love when that happens. It's great. So yeah, it's a good one. Next up, oh boy, got this one from eBay for like $7. This is Tucker and Dale versus Evil. This one I'd always heard about, was very fun. I'd heard Evil Dead vibe mix, kind of Evil Dead 2 in its own right. And I was going to watch it on Netflix. Guess what isn't on Netflix anymore in Australia? Ironically, I have a VPN now, so I could probably use American Netflix and see if it's on there, but it doesn't matter. I bought this, and it was beautiful that I did, because the day I got it, I watched it with Mum, and we loved it. Noah watched it the next day, and Mum watched it with him, because that's how much she loved it. This is a classic. I suggest to everyone, it is absolutely hilarious. Definitely worth watching, Tucker and Dale vs. Evil. This one I originally ordered for $22 from Zavvi, but their back stock was not existent, so instead I bought it with that one up there. Shit, I forgot about that. I knew I'd forget about something. I found this at a $5 bin at JB. This is Contagion. Of course, pandemic thing is going on right now, so of course this was, my parents wanted me to get this. And the fact that I found it for $5 at a buy one, get one free sale at JB, just out of chance, pure luck that I found it, that saved me $20, which is nice. I also bought it with, I technically got it for free because I bought it with this Brazil on Blu-ray, which I was hoping to get the Criterion of, but I'm more than happy to have the regular Blu-ray for now, because eventually I'll get the Criterion version of it. But my dad really likes this film as well, so this was like $7. Got it with Contagion, so technically Contagion was for free, if not $3 to $4 each, that kind of deal. Very good film. I love it. It's probably my favorite Terry Gilliam film. Yeah, I think it's my favorite Terry Gilliam film. Yeah. It's also a good upgrade from the DVD. Next up, we have my second favorite film of 2020, Emma. Got this recently at JB. This was again like 30% off or some shit. I think I got a 35% off because I had an extra 5% coupon because I'm a member of JB. And that's not really much, you just sign up for emails. It's pretty great, actually. I saw this film when it came out because, earlier this year, I just saw the poster. I'm like, hey, and this is actually the poster, and I love that. And I'm like, hey, it's Anya Taylor-Joy, and I've heard of the story of Emma. I've never seen, I think I'd maybe seen a version growing up. My mum loves Jane Austen and has so many adaptations of her films, including, she liked this one a lot when I showed it to her on Blu-ray, which was nice. She still thinks that the one with Gwyneth Paltrow is better. I am yet to at least rewatch it in the traditional sense of, I probably watched it as a kid and can't remember the narrative of it, so I should probably actually watch it for that element. I did watch Clueless after watching this, and they're both very nice adaptations of the same book that are completely different, and just, yeah, but Emma is beautiful. One of the best of 2020, if not arguably the best of 2020 that at least came in cinema. What do we have next? Let's go with a shitty one. I got this one. This is the Game of Thrones Season 8. I actually got this for free as a thank you from my girlfriend's mother, who I lent her all of Game of Thrones on DVD and Blu-ray. I even bought them a Blu-ray player just so they could watch it on Blu-ray, and she binged the fuck out of it. She's one of the only people I know who's actually watched the bonus discs with all of the extra stuff, which she thought was very insightful. I'm like, great, good, I'll probably eventually watch it someday. I've seen a lot of that special feature stuff on Foxtel, because when they would do reruns of the show, they'd have like the special features, you know, the little mini docos and shit between each episode and whatever, which was always cool. But yeah, of course, terrible season of a pretty good show, but, I mean, she bought this version, and I'm happy enough because I got it for free, and I can add it with the rest of my Blu-rays of Game of Thrones, which I think are actually in my DVD section, because the first 2 seasons are on DVD. Because the first season we got this really cool box set for on DVD. Anyway. Next up we have Vintage Classics. This is The Elephant Man, which you may have seen in my David Lynch collection. This is actually the slipcover Blu-ray 4K remaster version, 2 discs from Studio Canal. This doubly, triply disappointed me, I think, of recent. Of course, it's a beautiful remaster from the film. I would highly recommend it. However, if you're an Australian viewer, you may know that Classics Remastered has done a version, which is actually still Studio Canal. We just call it Classics Remastered in Australia. They did Mulholland Drive as well. Same 4K restoration that Criterion has for that film. The Australian one, the image, it's the same image, but it has, like, you know, not including, of course, the slipcase. It has a banner here saying Blu-ray, or if you get the 4K UHD, it has 4K Blu-ray. It has another banner saying Classics Remastered, another banner saying, like, I think it's like, I think one of the, so the first banner is a 4K, second banner is Classics Remastered, third banner is saying, like, Remastered, Director Approved. You know, you gotta get through 3 banners before you actually get to the rest of the image. I'm happy enough that I have this version. It cost me a hell of a lot more than the Australian version, which kind of sucks. If I had have known that they would have done a release in Australia, even though I disliked the cover and I didn't get a slipcase, I wouldn't have gotten a slipcase in Australia. I would have spent less money on the Australian 4K UHD than that, and I thought that I was buying a UHD when I bought this disc, but no, it was just a regular Blu-ray. But the only other versions for UHD was well, let's put it this way. Out of the 3 alternatives, including the Australian one, which has the 3 banners, which looks ugly as hell, you get either the steel case, which I didn't care much for, or you get the $65+ collector's edition, which did come with a bunch of extra stuff, as well as this pop-up little, like, diorama that he did of the church. It's a nice collector's set, but it's not my cup of tea. I'm perfectly happy to have this version. And then, of course, Criterion up and announced, boys, guess what, we're doing on Elephant Man. I'm like, fuck you, Criterion. I'll still buy it anyway, but I'll buy it eventually. Like Mulholland Drive. Eventually I'll get it, but I'm content with my Classics Remastered version right now. What else do we have? Oh, big heads up, my big special edition is right at the very end of this video, and a video for it will be coming out in a few days. It's actually right behind my head, so you may notice it, but I'll get to it at the very end of this video and then display it in probably the next video. Much like I did with my special editions for Blade Runner and Shaun of the Dead, which is now over there. Here we have 1917. I got the 4K because apparently it looks exceptional. I have yet to watch it, but I do trust Blu-ray.com with what they say, and I really enjoyed it in the film. Fun film, good film. I can guess it's fun. Nicely done. I'm interested to see how the 4K looks. Yeah, that's that. Okay, that's our first pile done. Oh, God, there are so many fucking movies. Alright, next up we have Ghost. Bought it because Mum lost the DVD. Like, we have the DVD case, and it has the 2-disc edition, which the special features are all on this anyway, so, you know, who gives a shit. Got this for like $10, which is the reason why we went to JB and hence found Contagion. So hey, no, was it? It may have been. But we bought it because Mum went looking for the DVD, found the DVD, opened the case up, found out that the 2-disc set was only had 1 disc, and the 1 disc was the special features disc, not the actual feature film. So then they went to watch it on Netflix. After about 20 minutes in, when Patrick Swayze gets shot and killed, suddenly we have a Netflix problem on that big TV out there where it just, all the audio just gets really like deep, as if it's like been just knocked down 12 octaves or some shit. So she got pissed off about that, and I bought her this to compensate for having shitty Netflix. And yet we have NBN. I don't know what that's all about. Delicatessen. This cost me like $45. This is the Studio Canal release. I want to buy this instead of the $10 version because this one's actually good, and it comes with a hell of a lot of special features. It's actually a digibook as well. Comes with its own booklet, which is nice. Got this from eBay. It's obviously a used copy, but this is from the guys who did Amelie, and I just really want to watch it. I think there's another film they did, like the City of Lost Children or something, which I've got on my watch list on eBay. If I really like this, then I'll buy that, but that's like another $45. But this is a really nice, like, set and look, and yeah, I'm excited to watch it. Next up, we have a Criterion. Wow, and actually, it's Region B. I found someone on eBay who sells Region B Criterions. Actually, I found 3 different people. One of them sold some for... Actually, I found 3 people. 2 of them sell Region Bs. One of them, which is just... It's actually Fish Pond, but they're like a different name on eBay, which is really weird. And then the other one is... I can't remember what the other one was, but the third guy, who I haven't gotten their orders yet in the mail because they're straight from America, they ship Criterions in Australian dollars to Australia that are a hell of a lot cheaper than most Criterions. This cost me 40 Australian dollars. This is the cheapest Criterion I think I've ever bought. And that says a lot. So of course this is Gilda. This is a classic. I'm yet to watch it, but I love the pink spine, and it does have a good, even has a pink disc, and it has a beautiful inside case, if you can kind of see. It's a widespread one, but it does come with this beautiful, if not slightly bent up poster, which is also, of course, an essay of the film. Wow, it's Rita Hayworth. Whoa. It's good stuff. I like it. This is why I buy Criterion, because they're good stuff. But I also figured that maybe, Mom and Dad would appreciate watching the film, so I bought the Region B version. And again, for $40, that's a pretty good steal in my mind. So yeah, that's good. I'm very happy about that one. I'm yet to watch it, but I'm happy. Then we get into, I bought these recently from the England country. This is part of the Slashers Classics collection. This is, of all things, from 88 films, did they have a number of this one? Number 17 of the Slasher Classics collection from 1988, Sleepaway Camp 2, Unhappy Campers. I didn't buy the third one, because I just didn't know if I wanted to, It's one of those things of, like, the first one is exceptional. I love the first one. I have the Scream Factory release. I kind of wish I had the Region B version, because then I could give it to my colleague. However, that version's definitely got the best transfer, and probably has the best special features. This was the cheapest I could find for this film, and I'd heard this was great. I mean, come on, look at that goddamn cover. You know it's going to be fun if it's a girl with this on her back, They know exactly what they're doing. It even has a slip reversible cover, which I shall show you now. I still haven't watched it since I got it. I've been kind of busy since it came in. You can kind of see it under the red. I do love the red casing, though. It's great. My best friend has actually seen all 3 of the films somehow. She saw them before I did, which seems impossible. But I think she watched them on YouTube or some shit. But yeah, I'm more than happy and more than very excited to watch this eventually. Hopefully soon. Luckily it's Region B. I love that about it. I do have an all-region player, but that doesn't mean I want to buy Region A's. I think about my friends and my family who I could lend films to. That kind of deal. Next up is a film that, holy hell, I hope I've watched it by the time this video comes out. This is Possession. I have not yet. I haven't watched this film. I got this in the same day as Sleepaway Camp and 2 other films that I'm about to show. This is from Second Sight. I bought this because it came back into stock. I was going to buy it with their deluxe edition version of In Bruges, but I'm okay with my Australian version. I'd love to get the collector's edition version with the script and all that they sell, but I just can't afford it right now. To be fair, I shouldn't be able to afford any of this stuff, so that's kind of just... I'm just happy with the version of In Bruges that I have. But I was also thinking of getting the Super Mario Bros. Movie, but I decided big time against that after watching a quite extensive video. So yes, I've heard a lot of good things about this. There is a great set out there that's like thick as shit. It's got some beautiful cover, and I wish I had that version, but I'm more than happy to have this standard edition release. I'm very keen to watch this, and I have no idea what the hell I'm going to get myself into. If you want my review of the film, I can probably film and post one after I have, of course, watched it. In terms of Second Sight, you can find more of my... I've got a collection video that I might link into this, maybe at the end of the video. I don't know, maybe I can do annotations now at the top, which is cool. But I did a collection video where I had some Second Sight films. One of them was The Color of Pomegranates. There it is. That's the deluxe edition that I got, which I got really cheap, so I don't even remember where I got that from. Anyway. Another from 88 films? Yeah, another from 88 films. We have Dragons Forever, because they're doing a bunch of Jackie Chan films. I have this film on DVD and it's staring me in the face, and yet I haven't watched it at all. It was like the Australian DVD. I think I got it for like $5-10, no biggie. But this, of course, beautiful slipcase. I will also admit all the free films I got from 88 films were all packaged by Maria, so shout out to Maria. This is a 4K restoration of the original Hong Kong version. It also has a remastered, subtitles and mono audio and stuff like that, plus DTS HD audio and whatever the crap. I think it has 2 other versions of the film. This brand new 4K restoration of full Cyclone Z cut of the film, 98 minutes. Produced exclusively for the Japanese market, this Cantonese language version includes 2 extra scenes and an ending with outtakes. Newly restored Cantonese soundtrack. Also brand new 4K restoration of the export version of the film, which is 94 minutes. Commissioned by Golden Harvest for international audiences outside Asia with full classic English dub and optional... Oh my god, so this is, 2 discs with a frack load of stuff, including reversible sleeve, and of course, quite a nice booklet, I might add, with quite a hefty amount of stuff. So it does have the Hong Kong cut with extra features, plus the English cut and the Japanese cut. I kind of love that. I hate it at the same time, because it's like, oh my god, am I ever going to watch all 3 versions of this film? But at the same time, they're all, like, the longest one is 98 minutes. The other 2 are 94 minutes, so, yeah. I love Jackie Chan films. I did a video essay on how Jackie Chan, changed the kung fu genre, whatever, going from his Hong Kong films to American films and Hollywood. And I have a whole section of my shelf dedicated to him, from Drunken Master through to Police Story, Project A, Armor of God, which I think they've also done a special edition version of. I think they've also done Operation Condor, the Armor of God 2, the special edition. I just have the regular Blu-ray, which I haven't watched yet. I also have the Eureka version of City Hunter. I've got the Japanese version of Police Story 4, which doesn't have any English subtitles, and I'll probably never actually watch it, but I got it because it was like $5 in Japan, and I'm like, hey, it's a Jackie Chan film on Blu-ray, why not? I also have The Foreigner in there just because, he acts in a lot of these films, of course. Not just some of them he directs, some of them he writes, and whatever. Next up, we have the real reason why I went looking and found, luckily, Dragons Forever and Sleepaway Camp 2. If I end up really liking Sleepaway Camp 3, I'll probably go back to 88 films and buy more stuff, because they also really well package their stuff. This is Slasher Classics Collection number 41, Terror Train. Because I saw someone post about this recently on... It comes with a slipcover. How beautiful. It's a matte cover as well. Beautiful. Again, red casing. Comes with alternative poster and a little booklet as well, which is beautiful. I still haven't watched it, but again, I've only had it for a few weeks. I've been busy with work and stuff, and now uni's happening. God, everything's fucking happening. I think someone posted about it on Reddit saying that they had this version, and I was like, shit, I should look up 88 films to make sure I could get a version. And yeah, that's where I found all that stuff. So yeah, 88 films is pretty good. If you're looking for some cool Region B films, this is like, again, 4K remasters of Jackie Chan stuff, or some pretty sweet slasher films. Cult classics all the way around. I'd highly suggest it. Next up, we have Third Window Films, One Cut of the Dead. Bought this on Zavvi for like $27. Comes with a slipcase and everything. 2 discs and a small booklet, which is just an advertisement for Third Window Films. What is it? Feature films and... yeah, so feature film and bonus features. I actually have watched this one. I watched this, I think, the day after I got it in the mail, because it came in really quickly, especially coming from Zavvi, you know. And this one's fun as hell. It's not what I expected, but it is kind of, because, you know, they always go on about, hey, it's this it's a zombie horror film, but it's a comedy as well, and then you've got the whole 37-minute long take, and it's something really unique to itself, and I highly recommend it. Especially as an interesting zombie film. Of course, if you don't like foreign language films, fat chance you'll enjoy this one, but at the same time, there you go. Next up, we have, this one I also got on sale, one of the best shows of the last decade, Watchmen. Simply put, it's amazing. I could have gotten the steel case from Zavvi, but I decided against it, because they even had that as a limited edition artwork at JB Hi-Fi. But I kind of just prefer this, because I love the colour and the artwork, but I also really like Regina King, and I kind of wanted to respect her more by getting this artwork, rather than it being about, which, the Rorschach thing, which obviously is a lot more for the fans, because the fans love Rorschach, which is kind of daunting. Anyway, good show, definitely worth watching. Next up, we have got this for cheap, Tron Legacy, because I love fucking, what are they called again? Who did the music? Does it have it even written here? I'm pretty sure. Daft Punk, there you go. See, I know my movies. It's got a good soundtrack. I have the original, which Guy says is a better film, which it probably is. But it's also slow and kind of boring. But I have it on Blu-ray because it's kind of iconic. Anyway, I like to own films on Blu-ray just because I'm a fucking nerd. Talking about being a nerd, I bought Little Women because I love it. I watched it last year and I loved it. Really enjoyed it. Would definitely recommend. I think I have another version here. Maybe not. Actually, I don't think I do. I'm pretty sure I would have had the Winona Ryder version, because my dad loves Winona Ryder, but I don't think I do. That's disappointing. Anyway, then I got myself the Torchwood box set, because we were rewatching Doctor Who, and then I decided to. Well, they kind of got ahead of me. After in the second season, David Tennant's first season. I've seen all this shit before as it is, but oh my god, this is so hard I fucking hate these kind of cases. I do like that it's packaged in this big ass box. Yeah, so they're still watching Doctor Who. They've already gotten to near the end of Matt Smith, but I wanted to buy this, and I found it on Zavvi for like $67, and then it disappeared, and I'm like, where'd it go? And then like a few days later, I found it on eBay for like maybe $70-$80. I think it was like $70 odd plus like $10 delivery, so it was about $85. And I just was waiting for it to, like, it dropped down a bit in price a bit, but then it again also disappeared. So obviously, and there was meant to be apparently 10 available, and it was just gone in the blink of an eye. So I found this one from a local Aussie on eBay. And they were selling it. That was the only one. I think it was the only one they had. They were selling it for $100, but I could trust them because I bought a season of Doctor Who from them that no one wanted. And so I'm like, well, $100. But if I get eBay Plus, I get a $20 voucher, so I can get it for $80, which is technically the cheapest I could have probably gotten it anyway. And ultimately, yeah, it's an interesting set. Of course, it comes with every season. It has very interesting box work. So of course you've got all 4 seasons in their own respective cases, with, of course, Children of Earth being the thinnest because there's only a few episodes. But I do want to show you it's just kind of weirdly. I'd never seen a box set done this way before. It's even interlocks itself, so it's just kind of, again, it's just a regular Blu-ray case, but it interlocks itself and everything. And you got your swing cases, which is great, but you have to like lift it up and then in again, and then you get to latch it. So yeah, ultimately, still a pretty good show. I wish they did more. I even remember the first time we watched it, it scared the fuck out of me. Those goddamn weevil things, fuck, man. Why, it's obviously, meant for, it's probably meant for kids older than me, for teenagers and shit. This is like, well, it says 15 on here, so I guess it's like maybe MA 15, but it might just be rated M in Australia. I don't really know how we'd classify it in Australia. Either way, I got it all. It's in a nice box, a little bit of a dent there, but I don't really care. It didn't damage the actual plastic. And yeah, it's good show. I highly recommend it. I've got to chuck it somewhere up there, but at least I don't have to put it in my shelf, so that's beneficial. And then we get to the last few films. I know, I'm taking my time, aren't I? What do we have? Okay, number 1, still in its plastic, because I bought it yesterday. We got Dogtooth, which is a Greek film by Yorgos Lanthimos, because they had it at JB, and I'm like thinking, oh shit, okay. I love his more recent films, the, I guess, English ones, if you want to put it that way. So I'm interested to see how this is. Of course, I hate that it's only on DVD, but, you roll with the punches sometimes. I got it for 20% off, so I got it for like $11, so I'm like, it's not bad. Yeah, and I mean, I could only assume it's a good film, so I'm excited. Then we have one which I plan to add into my next actor review, which will probably maybe be out by this stage, my Megan Fox review. This is Jennifer's Body, the uncut version. I got this for $10 on Blu-ray because eBay. eBay is great, by the way. Then, of course, I got Finding Nemo with Dogtooth, so I got this one for $10 because it was, off a few percentage. And if I open it up, it actually comes with 3 slips that are all identical. So I'm going to do that only the one time for the video because this is a burden to put back together again. Oh my god, why did I just do that? I noticed it had like 2 when I first bought it, but it was the only version of this type, because they've got fucking Disney and Pixar really annoying me, because they did like this whole, oh, we're gonna reissue all of our films in this Pixar collection, but like, what if you already had the films, and then the films only came with like 1 disc, because they're not even like actually a collector's edition item. This one doesn't have more than 1 disc. This is just a regular 1 disc edition, but they only had enough special features for the 1 disc edition anyway. But like, shit like Toy Story, or probably The Lion King. I think Ratatouille as well. Maybe WALL-E. I'm trying to look at all the ones on my shelf there. Yeah, they're probably all the ones that had this, like, special edition banner, had the 2nd disc, maybe Up as well. Yeah, but they had all these, several discs and whatever, and I'm like, why would I want to cut myself all of these special features that I'll probably never watch, just to get a case of the same fucking thing for the same goddamn price, So, yeah, I don't like that Pixar has done this. Look, it's the Pixar collection. They've all got numbers and banners and stuff, but like, they're not in alphabetical order. They're not in order of release. They're just randomly done. It's like an OCD's worst nightmare. And luckily, I don't have OCD, but I have nightmares. So, relatability is +1. Third last is A Time to Kill. Bought this for my mum because she wanted to watch it, and we watched it the day we got it, because, of course, if my mum wants to watch it, well, goddamn, we'll watch it. Also because football's on, and we don't like football. In our house, this is the non-football room. The football room's over there, so we will watch movies in here. Dad and Noah like football, and they yell at it. Anyway, it's a good film. Second last, this one came in so much earlier than I was anticipating. This is the 4K UHD of Suspiria, slipcase as well, I might add. This is all regions. It's 2 discs. If you're a 4K fanatic, Yeah, boy. It's actually a slimmer case as well, which is quite nice. This has a lot of benefits over the regular Synapse Films 4K. This is the Synapse Films 4K UHD. The owners who have done a UHD. I have the Synapse Films 4K remaster, which is also a dual disc edition. To my knowledge, there is an Australian umbrella version, which is apparently not as good because it's only one disc, but they force all the special features onto that one disc, so it's like has a bit worse compression rate and stuff like that. So the film doesn't look as great because of that element of it has a lot more shit stuffed onto it. But I bought this, the 4K UHD, just like the Synapse Films 4K version on remastered Blu-ray. The film is on its own separate disc, and then the special features is on its own separate disc. So I have the exact same film twice. Yes, I know that. One of them is 4K UHD, but the special features disc on this one is also all region. So this is literally the perfect version to get, unless you want to get the film on Blu-ray as well. So if they had a 3-disc edition, which came with the 4K Blu-ray and special features disc, 4K UHD, 4K remaster on Blu-ray, and special features disc, all regions, then yeah, that would ultimately be the perfect edition. But this one does... I did take a look at it to check, to see how vastly superior it is on 4K. It's slightly noticeably greater. I'm not really... I don't really think I have an eye for this kind of shit, to be honest. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. You know, I guess if it's a film I've watched... I mean, it is a film I've watched a lot, but I guess if you really closely analyze the two, you'd probably notice the obvious differences. But what I did notice was the Dolby Atmos track on this, which even though I don't have a 7.1 setup, it was exceptional. I really like the Dolby Atmos track. Suspiria, though, that's a good Dolby Atmos track. I like it. I still really like the original theatrical mix, which it does, of course, include, but I do like that Dolby Atmos. That was very nice. And Lucky Last, which will be the topic of our next video. Of course, if you saw it, this is it. I actually replaced this with what was initially Shaun of the Dead, as you can see, Blade Runner right here at my pop finals. And Godzilla. Hey. This is the limited edition Book of the Dead edition of The Evil Dead. This is one hell of a purchase. I won't show you too much here just so I can wrap the video up a little, but this is in my next video. So for now, thank you all so much for watching. If you want me to do more of these videos, which I quite like, just to show off, kind of give a bit of a... I mean, obviously to show off, because YouTube is a platform for egotists. But I do like to talk about films, of course, and if I can just kind of give a brief review, at least to some degree, of my thoughts, or what I think of the transfer at least, then I will do so to my best ability. Outside of that, thank you so much for watching. Check out my first quarantine video, which of course links, of course, to my Blade Runner 2049 and Shaun of the Dead deluxe editions. Of course, this one's been a hell of a longer. I apologize for that. It's been a while. It's been over a month, and there's been a lot more stuff come in. And I'm still expecting more mail in the future, so expect a third quarantine mail, or at least a This Week in Blu-Rays, because that's what I might be calling this now, because quarantine mail seems to only be for quarantine, and I'm not in quarantine anymore, so yeah. Cool. Thanks for watching. Feel free to like, share, and subscribe for more. I've got a film playlist somewhere up on screen. You can subscribe, probably around me. I usually do that and have this room for playlists and stuff. So yeah, there'll be a video or a playlist or both. Film playlist. My film shelf one includes me with my reviews and talks about films and stuff. Yeah, that's about it. Bye. Bye. See you next time. Adios, my dudes. That's it. That's my outro.